Hello, everyone. It's Catherine Craig here. So, Monday night, uh, I was just in my kitchen thinking, and I actually started thinking about jealousy. And so I wrote out a whole thing about jealousy. And when I reread it today, it made me feel really good. So I'm going to read it to you now. And yeah, this is just some realization in this thing. Okay, jealousy. What causes jealousy? If there's something you want, go for it. However, have pride in yourself. Of course, within reason. If you are cheating on your spouse or on yourself or any other habits, just have pride in yourself. Lately, mine is food. I cheat a bit with gluten and it's biting me in the ass, which causes depression, which isn't easy. Is depression from jealousy? So, why do we settle if we're going to get jealous? And for me, to have the motivation to do the work or to have what I want without any jealousy issues. Just to be totally happy in my life, to be able to know what I truly need to be able to be happy, which means in every area of my life. Not perfect. I don't believe in perfect because flaws make you humble, in my opinion. So, which why I truly have problems and don't trust people who act like they know it all. Just be yourself and don't lie because it always comes back and bites you in the ass. If you have to lie, then it's time to cut ties or change your life for the better. Just like I'm learning that. Be with people who bring out the best in you. Be with people who appreciate you. Why does jealousy make me react? Why not just trust and know if I know they are cheating? Why not just be strong and leave? I tell people all the time to leave. It isn't good for their mental health and body. But why can't I listen to my own advice? Just like I love to paint and the feeling I get when I paint. But I have no motivation to paint. I refuse to take narcotics as I react really badly. The only thing that seems to work and calms me down is cannabis. And that's pertaining my ADHD and my hyperness. Anyways, off topic, jealousy. I get jealous and I know it's not all about me. See, I know that I'm well aware of it and I feel left out or I want all the attention. Which, yes, I know exactly how you feel and I get it. Jeez, you attention seeker. I get it. I'm truly working on not getting jealous. Not easy with some things, and other things seem to be easier, but it's not easy. Where does jealousy stem from? How do we learn it? What is the trigger for jealousy? For it to start? These are things I truly would love to know. If I could stop my jealousy, I would. I just thought of something. How does a person who smokes last longer than a person who is healthy as a horse? If people were to always be happy, just living their life and being happy, why do we let it bug us in a negative way? Like they're too happy. Why do I get so jealous if they know their happiness and I don't? Why can't I find my happiness? And why can't I figure it out? What is that tool that I need to find that answer? It's truly what I would like to know. And why do I snap at people who are just trying to help me? Jealousy? I'm jealous because they are helping me as they know more, or they are better than me because they know the answer? What or where does that come from? The bullies? And other times, someone can share their advice and I accept it with bells on. What's the difference? Seems like I have more questions than answers as I learn more about myself. Especially when someone challenges me, I either stand up for myself or I get really defensive or I just cower. Why am I not consistent? Heck, I sometimes get confused as to how I can stand up to one but not another person. Does it have anything to do with personalities? One stronger than the other, versus where I would cower? Or were the personalities the same as then we met our match? Or where I would be the stronger one and they would cower? But why? Today I was with my mom and I said, "You argue." She said, "No, I don't." Her friend started to laugh and said, "You just did." We all laughed. So why? Is it jealousy that we should know more or better information? But why? Back to the original question. What causes jealousy? It's funny. I was told by many psychics that I needed to write. I tried journals. However, going back and reading them was just depressing. I tried writing kids' books. It wasn't for me. I tried writing fiction, and it felt fake to me. When I read it back or writer's blocks, but journals was easy just as writing about the day because it's all factual and it's how I feel or felt. Then I started with the positive videos, but I felt like I was struggling to give the same thing over and over again, and it felt like I was being boring. And I felt like I had let myself down. I needed to write, but having no confidence. As I was making tonight's dinner, I wondered where or how did jealousy start for me? I'm sure I could make excuses, or is it how it happened? But those were the cards that were dealt. I feel guilty for feeling sorry for myself. For example, A person who's a quadriplegic certainly didn't ask for the life they have, and also they have amazing attitude towards life. But here I am doing that. Whoa me, but why? What happened that made me feel this way? What circumstances occurred to have the jealousy feeling? We learn them. It isn't taught. Someone could say, it's being hard of hearing for me. But then I sit and think about most of my school classmates have done very well. So what's my excuse? Someone can say it's because of the operations on my legs, and then I could say, but look at that amputee who's thriving. Olympics, etc. So what's my excuse and why? Lazy? I've heard that people with ADHD has, and then I went blank. So I did a research and found this section. It's called on the webmd.com, and it's ADHD symptoms in children, written by Dean Shaban. What he says is, types of ADHD symptoms. Could your child or someone you know have ADHD? Maybe they're inattentive, or they might be hyperactive or impulsive. They might also have any of these traits or all of these traits. This person might procrastinate, not complete tasks like homeworks or chores, or frequently move from one uncompleted activity to another. They might also be disorganized, lack of focus, have a hard time paying attention to details, and a tendency to make careless mistakes. Their work might be messy and seem careless. Have trouble staying on topic while talking, not listening to others, and not following social rules. Be forgetful about daily activities, for example, missing appointments or forgetting to bring a lunch. Be easily distracted by things like trivial noises or events that are usually ignored by others. Have a hard time getting along with others because they can't read people's feelings or moods. Oh boy, that's a big one. And daydreams a lot. Or be too wrapped up in their own thoughts to hear other people. I'm always trying to get at myself, to get motivated, and to get this done or to get that done. I'll write it out. I'll plead to myself, please just get these things done. And I just can't seem to do it. I know it's a strong word, but it's frustrating that I'm like that. I hate when I'm like that. I get so mad at myself for being that way. I refuse to take anything but cannabis because of how those meds makes me feel. It's just horrid. Also that it took, and the meds I'm talking about is the antidepressants. Also, it took away my funky personality that I sometimes like. To get back to jealousy, how I procrastinate with housework, and I wonder, how do others do it? And I'm sure they will say, get up off your ass and just do it, duh. And I feel like I'm cemented into the chair. And yet, when I'm at their house, I'll offer, so anybody's house, I'll offer to get things, I'll offer to do things, and I help out. Why can't I appreciate myself enough to do those things for me? And why? So why in some ways I stand up for myself, but not in other ways I don't? I can be a bitch about some things and stand up for that right, but not for myself. Then other times I'm putting myself down for not doing things for myself. And why and how do I do it for others? What does that say about me as a person when I stand up to others about certain things and I won't stand up to others for myself? Why? Am I lying to myself? Do lies and jealousy go hand in hand? It's all very interesting, and I truly hope with the help of the therapist I can get myself on the right path that I need to be on. Maybe just writing things out, being honest with myself, calling myself out, and being open with myself. Putting it on YouTube and then it's out there, and then I have to face it, and I have to face the music. Learn to stand up for myself, to myself. Not to cheat with eating habits as it doesn't help me, so what's the trigger? I was jealous and depressed and really struggling at that time when I got myself down to 139 pounds. I didn't like what I was seeing, that I was dropping drastically. Well, I blew that out of the water. Now I'm struggling to stay under 200 pounds. And what or why did stuff change? So I get back to looking at others whom I feel are a great weight, and how do I get it back? However, if anyone dares brings up my weight, then I get pissed. Interesting is, why do I do it to others when I was thin? And I don't like it when people do it to me. It doesn't make sense. And it doesn't sound fair. It's almost like an impulse, and I can't help it. Now, so not sure what or why or how I get that way. It's like a vengeance. Okay, so now I'm down like a crazy person, but I'm being real to myself. And yes, okay, putting it out there, I wonder how many others feel the same way. And if you have a solution, if you have solutions, and I truly hope I accept the solutions and not to get in a defensive mode. What did that trigger? How they say it to me? Or how they present themselves? Do I feel inferior? Jealous of them? And for what? What's the trigger? I'm just thinking, if I get some people to say the same line, I know how to help you. Would I get defensive to the same people that I've gotten defensive to before, and not to the ones that I haven't done to before? So if all those same people say that same line, I wonder if I would feel the same defense mechanism that I did before. That's what I'm curious about. I am also in some ways being challenged. It's interesting who comes into our lives and why. The minister, Anne, at Mom's church, well, mine now, really makes me think. And sometimes says things and I want to get defensive and I try not to. I'm wondering if I have when I didn't mean to get defensive. I know I felt it, but not sure if I held it back like I felt I did. It's challenging. Her lessons every week are truly what I need to hear, and I know it. Very interesting how life works out. One thing I've learned is an affirmation that truly has helped me, as then I think differently, and I believe is helping with writing this. Everything always works out right for me, or everything always works out for me. So when I say that, I think of something that happened to me in that moment and say to myself, there has to be a reason that that happened, as everything always works out for me. For example, in 2020, I was looking for a trailer to live in all year round, and I was looking with my dad and his gal, trying to find the best situation for me. Lots of traveling and time and energy, and finally say, forget it. It just isn't working. And how I felt when I to hear and know these words. I was just so low and thinking, why? My living situation wasn't great. Even now it isn't great. I'm just not happy. But how does one fix that? I've changed some things to help make it better. Just the things out of my control. And then my mom needed me. And now I am only 8 minutes away. Ironic, meant to be. Everything always works out. My art is definitely a healing outlet. I've been painting in many dark colors or many negative drawings, but eventually they started to get lighter and even hearts for love. I'm not seeing red as anger, but as love. So when I see red, I see love, not anger. And when I paint with red, I see love, not anger. What a change that was for me. What a realization of how I saw a color and how that color sparked a negative energy throughout me instead of a happy, loving, positive one. And how does that happen? We see red hearts and Valentine, it's all red. So how did I associate it with anger and used it as anger? I still get into an anger mode when someone cuts me off or drives too close behind me. And why? And what makes it that they feel that they can do that? It happened 2 times on Monday. Someone said, when someone pisses you off, and I don't remember where I heard it, was a video or something. So when someone pisses you off or offends you, just say in your mind, bless you. They went on to say that they had a neighbor, and the neighbor was obnoxious. Anytime they did something, they turned on the music loud, and he would just say, bless you. Within a few months, those neighbors moved away, and better neighbors moved in. So instead of saying, fuck you with all your angers, just bless them. You are almost sounding like fuck you. However, it'll make you smile because you aren't really saying bless you in your mind, because you're saying those words that... Now let me try this again. I'm laughing. It'll make you smile because you really aren't saying bless you in your mind. And because you are saying bless you, it truly blesses them. And it's a win-win situation. Then life will get better for you as you are blessing your nemesis. So in the end, what does jealousy do to us? Doesn't make ourselves feel good. causing anxiety and anxious to be around people whom we are jealous of. So why do we put so much into a person whose situation that gives us jealousy? I know it's on me, not them. So even saying gives us jealousy when really it isn't them giving us jealousy. It's us that's giving us jealousy. Yikes. Is it still a learned emotion? And why did I feel jealousy over some things and not other things? Do I need to walk away from jealous situations? Why have it in my life? Or do I deal with it and learn and figure out how to live with jealousy? Isn't the emotion still there even when we're trying to overcome it? Does that cause trauma being faced with it as it's being thrown in your face? And how some have strength to deal with it and have little effective jealousy at all. Wow. I think I'm going to end this video. And here, as my mind is going crazy and feeling different, lots have happened and loads of stress, but I'm going to persevere this. Persevere this. I know all things work out for me in the end. And I'm also not fond of saying, the too shall pass. So this too shall pass bothers me because when in the moment that it's just not what I want to hear, not sure why it rubs me the wrong way or why I let it affect me the way I have. Another thing is being pointed out my mistakes. I'm learning to accept them or even laugh at them and know that everyone makes mistakes. Well, I'm going to end this here. And maybe I'll write again someday, and I truly hope you can resonate with me. And let me know in the comments your thoughts and if you want more of these. Thank you so much for watching till the end. It's Catherine Craig. We need to laugh at ourselves. It's Catherine Craig. Motivation overrides anxiety. Peace out. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye. Beep, beep. Have a good one, guys. Take care of yourselves.